Hey guys, welcome to the weekly dip. Today I'd like to talk about a plan. Have a plan for your people. Some people are really easy. They've had musculoskeletal issues for ages. They're sick of it. They want to get better. You give them a plan. It's twice a week for 6 weeks. We'll review it. If you're happy, everything's going well, we've made some good improvements, we're going to stay on twice a week for another 6 weeks, depending on those improvements. It can take 2 to 3 years really to resolve as best we can issues. So, and that's the truth. It takes time. You're not here twice a week for that whole time, but it does take constant attention to try and get things to a point where they're settling down and we can really start discussing maintenance. We could do 6 weeks and then maintain the problems that you still have, which is not really ideal. We don't want to maintain problems, but I'm here for you, and it depends on your goals. So, having a plan for people is really helpful. So sometimes they give you very little. It's like, I've got a sore back. It's been a week. Well, the reason you did the x-rays and took a scan and look at their posture is to find any underlying issues. So we found that your posture is quite out of alignment. If we can improve that, then that's going to help prevent things from coming back. It's a prevention thing. And really, there's a whole range of reasons that someone might want to improve their posture. You just need to let them tell you that. It's range of movement, it's getting back to particular sports, gardening, house duties, work, those sorts of things. So use them as frameworks. That's how you get a plan, discussing it with them and what their particular goals are. The first thing is to help address their goals. And we're going to get you back to doing what you want to be doing as quickly as we can. But in the meantime, we're going to try and resolve any underlying issues. And that can take longer than it does to get you feeling better. That's a discussion you're having. You talk about prevention. So if we get you better, maybe we can prevent problems from coming back. If things are so bad that we can't prevent them from coming back, maybe we can prevent them from coming back too frequently. And when they do, you do have issues that don't last as long. They're not as catastrophic. They're not as bad. That would be a good goal, And look, the truth is, in my experience, and you can tell people this, is that you don't need to do anything. Because you don't have to do it. You don't have to brush your teeth. You don't have to wear you do have to wear a seatbelt if you want to drive on the roads in Australia. But, it's not a law thing. You do whatever you want. But in my experience, if you do nothing, you tend to find that you're getting more problems more often that last longer and affect your life in a more negative way. And so from the thousands of people that we've helped, if we do this and people follow the recommendations, we get the best results. And so that's what I recommend. And then when we get to a point where things are pretty good, you don't want to leave it and wait for it to get bad again. And slowly, if you're continually doing the same work or doing the same sports and having the same habits, then it's normal that things tend to progress back to how they were. So really, it's about maintenance. We're correcting things as best as we can. We want to get you to a point where you feel like everything's great, and then we'll look at maintenance. And maintenance depends. It can be once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 4 weeks. Once every 4 weeks is probably like a limit. Some people might choose to go less. I just wouldn't recommend it, but I'm happy to see them at their level. And they just need to know that, all right, I don't think 6 weeks is enough, but we'll see in time. And I'm here for you, so we'll give you the best adjustment we can when you're here, So using social proof, you're letting them know that they don't have to do anything, right? There's no one's forcing them to do it. But if they do something to address their problems, they should have less problems, less issues based on your experience, If you want the best out of yourself, and sometimes that is the discussion, I really just want to absolutely be my best. If you can help me get there, then great. You want to be an asset to their healthcare team. And then whatever we decide, we're going to work towards, and on the next review, we're going to discuss it and see where you're at. And then we'll work towards your new goals. Because when you're out of pain and you're feeling better, your goals kind of shift a little bit. So do you have to say all of these things to every person? No, but it's a level thing, right? Because if someone comes in and they're not giving you anything, they're here for a reason. And if you haven't been able to work out what that reason is, then you're not having the conversation you need to have with them, right? Because that's our job, to work out what their goals are deep down. Just quickly, you've got this, just try and get an emotional response and find out the reason they're here and how you can help them. So, the thing is, what really brought you in today is not always going to work when someone's come in from a promotion. Because the reason they're here today is because they saw a promotion, but they did have something that was driving them in the first place.